thing I would say too, active service is another question I would say.
Okay.
Because if I knew that, like, going to places like Atlanta, and I used to travel, if I knew going up to a nigga and being like, hey man, check me out, I'm finna be the next hottest nigga, woo woo. If I knew that was more hurting me than helping me, I wouldn't have done that. More approach was like, man, whatever you working on, let me know, man. You know I do hooks too, man. Like, if you lead with service, and people will always listen, because it's like y'all in the podcast space. That's an act of service, though.
Right. Yeah.
So when you're talking to a DJ, you're talking to an artist, you're talking to a manager, they're more open to listen, because what you're doing is going to promote what they're trying to do. So it's not something like put me on or help me. It's like, no, let me help expose you.
Listen.
Did y'all hear that?
That was spill. That was a spill. Y'all get your napkins.
Man,
he's spilling.
I'm gonna clip the shit out of that. I hope y'all heard what he just said.
Mighty Coop, I believe in you.
Yo. Season 2, we making changes. We back, and you already know we getting it cracking. This is the new episode 11. Don't worry about it. Stay tuned. We got a special guest in the building. If you know, it's your host, Mighty Coop, and I'm here with...
You already know who it is. Your mama's mama and grandmama's favorite fat person with fat nigga in a little t-shirt. Welcome to We Making Changes, man. It's season 2. We getting ready to wrap up season 2. And it ain't nothing but a blessing. You know, I like to start off every episode trying to show some love. So to my brother, Mari Coop, thank you for the blessings.
I appreciate
Thank you for everything that you do.
And if you don't know, we are in our 1 year, fully 1 year anniversary, man.
Foot in the
You know what
devil.
I'm saying, man? We've been doing this since 25 of March, and we in 26 of March. So we firing off. And today's special guest, we got your boy.
Willie Joe, definitely in the building, man. Vallejo, California representer, Generation Now, head A&R, you know, all the good shit.
Man, a man of many things, a man that do many things, man. How you feeling? We appreciate you getting you here on We Making Changes, man.
I appreciate you having me, man. I'm chilling.
I know we finna, with a name like Generation Now,
man,
we got to be making some changes.
For sure. It got to be something big. I know you've been doing your thing from the Bay.
You weren't even going to tell me.
What happened?
I'm over here looking like no neck with this shit.
Man, you got to just tighten it up a little bit.
Hold on. Where my man, Willie?
There
we be cutting up. You know I be cutting up.
You know what I'm saying? So you got the GN roster. You got the wrestling podcast.
Yeah,
I'm a wrestling fan. Grew up on wrestling. I need you to fill me in on that one, because that one's like an exclusive.
Yeah,
that's hard.
Definitely. So I got I own a network, Digital Bricks Network. So we got a lot of shows under that we created. So I got a show that I collaborated with DJ Drama with Student of the Game. I created that show. I had a show called 10-Piece Combo, and then we just created the podcast. When I was doing the podcast, I knew I wanted to add a podcast to the network, but like I'm so deep in the music business, and like niggas be coming in and out of our studio every day. It's like,
right.
For me personally, it'd be weird just chopping up niggas and then they got a session 2 hours later. Like, so for me, it was like the only other thing I'm passionate about, like music, is wrestling.
Wrestling, dope.
Because I grew up on that shit too. So,
is there any names that we could be looking for that'll be?
Well, we just had Swerve Strickland.
Okay.
He a active wrestler on AEW. We just had Grits and Eggs podcast. They just did it.
Okay. Pretty big.
Smoke Dizza just did it. So, you know, it's starting to pick up, you know what I mean? So
okay. How you feel owning a content network?
Oh, it's dope. It's dope. It remind me of just like music. It's just putting shows together. It's like, you know, developing artists for me.
Facts.
Yeah.
That's big.
Can we ask what led to you making that transition from the music into? Is it just because the times right now, content is everything right now? I understand that.
Right.
And so, you know, you definitely want to keep up with the times.
Yeah.
Or was it more of I see money, or I see money and I see opportunity, or I see all of the above?
I think ultimately I'm just an ultimate creative, because, you know, before I was an A&R, I was an artist. So you know, majority of my life I've been doing the rap thing. So I always created shit. Like when I was back in the day, I created a group called F&M, where it was me, Trax a Million, Neo the Gift, Irk
Rest
the
in
Jerk.
peace, Trax a Million.
Rest in peace, my brother Trax. And then you know, Irk right here came from that group. Not came from the group, but just around that time he made the song. And then from there made another crew, 22nd Letter. It was me, Feek, Neftafaro. Neff made Big Time and right around that same time. So I always been, then what came up, we was a Tribe and Water Boys and, coming up in talent shows and all type of stuff like that. So I just always been creative, always been like a chase my dream type of dude.
I've been putting that gas to that pavement for sure. You've been doing this for quite some time.
Yeah, definitely.
Quite some time, man. I appreciate what you're doing. You've been really doing your thing with the culture and with the Bay and taking the Vallejo / the Bay to Atlanta on different sources. Teaming up with DJ Drama, how has that been? Like, that's dope.
Fire.
I remember them Grill mixtapes. You actually got your hands on a few of them too, right?
Yeah,
that's dope. That's dope.
So I've been doing them for like 20 years because when I first was pursuing rap, I moved to Atlanta fresh out of high school, probably like 22 years old. I moved to Atlanta, from here to Atlanta, and then because my sister was going to Clark, so she was the first one out of our family to go to college. So she like
no curses being broken.
Exactly. Clark.
Exactly. So she like a year younger than me. So she went to Clark like, I don't know what's going on out here in Atlanta, but I think you need to pursue your rap here. And then when she said it, thought about it for a long time, and then I ended up just going. I went out there with like $10 in my pocket, a one-way ticket, and a mixtape I just recorded. And fucking just went out there with her. She don't know nothing about no music.
You talking about we making changes. That's growth. You said $10 in a mixtape?
That's a leap of faith.
I got a job, about 2 months later at the airport pushing wheelchairs. So getting tips and shit like that. So then from there, me and her got an apartment, and it was like $500 back then for 2-bedroom, $500 in the hood though, Riverdale.
Riverdale.
The
show was in the trenches in Atlanta right now. Riverdale,
you can't even say Riverdale without saying Riverdale.
But I was so juiced though, because at that time all I knew was Vallejo, all I knew was the Bay. Like, so to be somewhere else, it was like, man, I'm really finna pursue this shit. So I just was pushing my shit. I ended up giving a CD to a random dude. He ended up being a manager. He called me, said he liked the CD. He introduced me to open mics. So I went to an open mic. My first open mic I won. The prize was a talent studio session. I went to the studio session. It had like a 15-year-old engineer. So the engineer, me and him building, he telling me he rapped to Overtime. The engineer turns out to be B.O.B. So I give B.O.B. his name when we had a show. I'm like, B.O.B., you ready? And he like, man, that's my name. And then like,
from there,
that's how he got the 6 months later, he was the B.O.B.
Damn, that's
so
right there.
Shout out B.O.B.
All kind of stuff done happen.
But shout out my boy Willie Joe.
For real,
you know what I'm saying? Put in the work behind the scenes.
Definitely.
And this is what we making changes is about, giving people their flowers when you done played huge roles in people's careers and nobody knows, bro. So shout out my boy Willie Joe for standing. And then listen, stand in it. You stayed in it. You know what I'm saying? Seeing all these people have this success and not get discouraged, bro. That's real nigga shit, bro. That's definitely motivation.
Cool that's a real quote right there, for sure.
Yeah, you good in that quote, and you staying on it.
Definitely, yeah. It was
staying on it.
It was crazy. So eventually, after that, I signed with Show Enough Records, which is Jazzy Faye and Capital. So I signed around the time when Sierra had Goodies.
Okay.
Lloyd had the U with Lil Wayne. Jody Breeze was part of Boys in the Hood.
Taking off.
That
Tell
whole
anything for profit.
All that, my whole team is that basically at the time. They break. So the nigga that's Jazzy Faye was partners with for Show Enough is from Richmond. My boy Noontime. So that's what made me fuck with it, because he was from Richmond. He was from the Bay. He was from the North. So I was like, always rock with him. So pretty much, what's crazy is, I remember when I first signed to him, his whole team was from North Richmond.
Damn.
So when we went back to the Bay, I came back with them. They took me to North Richmond, took me all their family. Man, I met a 10-year-old kid, and the kid was like, man, where your chain at? You ain't from Richmond. I mean, you ain't from the gang. Where your chain at? And then the kid ended up being Survey Wood.
Damn.
So that's why he's a little bro like that.
Wood, man. That's crazy.
That's why it's so dope to see him pushing his line.
And that nigga got a chain. That nigga got a chain. Survey neck looking right.
Yeah, he doing his shit.
Facts. So I always, that was a dope story. I always
That's
remember
crazy.
That. But
that's hella dope.
Yeah.
Memorable moments. That's what it's all about.
Putting in that work. So listen, here we making changes. We would love to give you your flowers and say, listen, making changes in ways that people might not even realize, you know what I'm saying? those small moments and those times for him to see you and say, bro, you in the game, bro, you ain't got no chain.
Right.
Now when you see him in the game, that nigga chained up. You feel me? So that is the small, like that's the stuff people don't see. So we definitely want to give you flowers on that one, my boy. That's for sure. Shout out Servy Wood too, because he is not disappointing. Yeah. He is not. He working. I ain't gonna lie to you. Motivation. Shout out my boy Servy Wood.
He's been like that though since we was kids. Though, different aspects of shit, but to see what he doing now is dope as fuck. So
Facts.
Definitely gotta highlight that.
So you signed. You.
Oh.
Okay. All right.
We gotta fire off with him because also through this trip to Atlanta and back and forth, all the connection building, you came with the Team Bay Area. Yeah, how did that come apart?
So that was
bounce up
down the line. So I already know where you was going. So I signed, and pretty much 6 months later after signing, sure enough broke up. Then 6 months after that, the person that signed me to Capitol, he died in his sleep.
Damn.
So he signed me and Clyde Carson at the same time. Clyde Carson went to the game, Black Wall Street, and I went to Show Enough, Jazzy Faye. So so his vision was like, man, y'all gonna help, make the Bay mainstream, blah, blah, boom, boom. So he died. His name was Ronnie Johnson. He died in his sleep.
Shout out Ronnie Johnson.
And so after that, I pretty much was like stuck. And I'm like, damn, what the fuck? I'm in Atlanta, So you got to think, when I was coming up and doing showcases and, performing B.O.B., all that type of stuff, it's the hyphy movement.
Yeah.
So I'm not here physically in the hyphy movement. I'm in Atlanta.
Yeah.
So I'm seeing it from my boys telling me everything. So I'm seeing MTV My Block. I'm like, man, I'm missing out like a motherfucker. But I inherited though, because I looked at it like, man, I'm gonna represent that shit here. I'm gonna bring it here, and that's what I'm gonna do. So that's exactly what I did. So pretty much when it was over, that's when the hyphy movement died down. And then I was just like, man, I'm just gonna move back to the Bay. I just moved back to the Bay, man, because I just felt like, because the main thing is when I had a song called Get 'Em Got 'Em, because when I first was doing shows, I used to always lose talent shows. I didn't start winning until I started doing Bay shit on Southern production. Once I did that, they start gravitating to the shit.
I've been hearing a lot
Then I
about
made the
that.
song about Get 'Em Got 'Em. I'm winning everything. The song take off. It's on the radio. I'm getting shows. We did a remix with DJ Yola. I'm doing Chitlin Circuit, the whole little shit. So all the labels trying to sign me. I remember, nigga, they flew me to New York. I met Jay-Z when he was a Def Jam. Fucking Usher Mom tried to sign me. Fucking, it was like a whole thing. Yeah. But they used to always say, man, you cracking in Atlanta,
right?
But you rep this Bay so hard. What's your presence like in the Bay? So I remember they used to call like Big Von, he used to call DJ Amen.
Okay.
And I'm friends with them. So they'd be like, yeah, I know Joe do his thing, but he ain't got no presence here. Like, you know what I'm saying? They just had to keep it real. That wasn't hating. They was just keeping it real. So when the deal was done and I broke up with the management and all that, I just really took that personal. Like, you know what? I'm finna go back to the Bay.
Back home,
You know what I mean? Like on some business, just to keep it 100 with your business, I should have stayed in Atlanta. Because business, I'm already the nigga. Yeah. Like I already got it cracking. I built the name. You know what I'm saying? It's only a step away from
But you looking
to
at
the
home
moon.
like how the
But I'm an authentic dude. And my whole brand is representing the Bay.
Right.
So if the Bay is like, we don't know that nigga, I wouldn't been able to live with that.
Straight up.
I'm a in your face type of nigga. So
you're popping out.
I had, exactly.
Respect.
So I had to come back. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I came back. That's when I did the F&M shit.
Okay.
And then that's, and then over time, my first time visiting Atlanta from moving back from the Bay, that's when I made the song I'm from the Bay, bro.
Okay.
So when I came back, I saw E40 at Macklemore show here, backstage, and told him I had a song for him, sent it to him, he sent it back to me. We had the I'm from the Bay bro song. And then that was my, like, Bay Area moment, like as far as people starting to recognize, you know what I mean? Because all the artists knew who I was for everything I did in Atlanta, but the fans, the consumers that were fans of them, like Clyde, my boy, Jacka, my nigga, all these Joe Blow, all these niggas, Stevie Joe, my brother, like Filthy Rich, like all these niggas was my boys, but they fans didn't know who I was. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like
they know you, but you had to get that mark. Like this is who I am.
It wasn't until that song happened is when the fans of the Bay Area music started knowing who I was.
Did you expect it to be that song?
Right.
Were you at a point in your career where you could say, okay, I know this is what I'm aiming for, or was you just creating and that song came out?
Yeah.
Or did you already have the aim?
I was just creating, but it was always I be knowing that, like, that feeling, like, I got my boy on my chain right here. My nigga Pills passed away. Like, he was there when I made the song. Rest in peace. He was there when I made the song, and, like, he already knew, just like I knew. But it wasn't until when 40 jumped on it. When 40 sent that back in 2-3 days, that's when I knew. I said, oh, okay. Because, you know, I'm from Vallejo. I've been rapping my whole life. You know, it's always a dream to have a song with E40, Mac Mall, Be Legit. Like, these are dreams to have. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
To finally get one, and it didn't really take a lot. Like, it was all about timing. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, this can be one. Then I hooked up with Thizzler. That's when Thizzler first got together. And I'm from the Bay, bro. Is actually Thizzler's first ever release.
Oh, shit.
Like, that they did something outside.
History.
There's a lot of shit.
That's history. My boy
right
got
there.
That is the first ever release on Thizzler?
Yeah. That's big.
Yeah, that's huge. That's huge, bro.
You've been kicking shit
Because
off
Thizzler is a staple. Even though a lot of people talk bad on Thizzler.
That beginning Thizzler was bro.
Yeah.
Especially with the C-Lead with the scissors Thizzler.
Yeah.
C-Lead with the scissors.
That was the time right there.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, that was popping. Thizzler still has the ability to shine light on the artist. On the artist. I'm not gonna lie about that, but it's just not as big as because they got
turning the business.
Yeah.
Turning the business. But that's just to go off what you asked.
Right.
That's the reason I created Team Bay Area, It's because pages like Thizzler and Sickness.net and pages like this has helped, launch my career on the Bay Area, West Coast side. So it's like I always wanted to bring that back here. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, of course, there's dope ass platforms like Bay Area Alert and Bay Area Uncut and North Cal Rap. And,
right.
You know what I'm saying? Then, Office Hours and, so many dope ones. Like, I just wanted to get like the feel back of like when I was active out here, like when an artist can be like feel dope that somebody's posting. Like I noticed like it wasn't really a page that was dedicated to giving flowers and dedicated to just showing love. That's the whole purpose of the page.
We noticed that with the podcast, and that's kind of like why we wanted to change the game of the podcast and come with the growth, highlighting and the overcoming obstacles of we making changes narrative.
Exactly.
Everybody come through something, and you watch all these, because I watch documentaries and podcasts. That's what I be on. I mean, you see a lot of bullshit. And it's different once you get in the game. Yeah. And then people are telling you, hey, I love what y'all doing, or hey, we fuck with what y'all doing, or we want to be a part of what y'all doing because it's different. It's it's not messy. I just had somebody tell us that at the Boss Move Awards. Shout out DJ Shellhart. She was like, I'm gonna come rock with y'all. Like, I don't do podcasts.
That shit don't cost nothing to be 100. You know what I'm saying? I got a saying, man. Listen, share the game like an airdrop.
Come on.
You feel me?
Get it right.
Share, spill that shit. You know what I'm saying? Ain't gonna cost you, ain't gonna take you no money out your pocket. Giving some game, sharing some game. It don't cost nothing to be 100.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying?
What's one mistake you made early that others should avoid? Is there any gems or game on that section for people?
Being too emotional in the game, like taking everything to the heart, always feeling like somebody hating, really manipulating myself to believe that blackball and gatekeeping is real, because there's no such thing as that. That's a mental block. You know what I'm saying? Like when if you ever told yourself like they're like you're not getting further because this person or these group of people is hating or they holding nuts or whatever the case may be, you are in a mental block because you just gave a man the power and the validation for yourself. And the only validation you need is yourself, my brother.
So, but let me ask you this. You've worked really, really hard.
Straight facts.
To get where you are.
Straight facts.
You had a lot of experiences. You've been on that roller coaster. Yeah. I can just tell by how passionate, about what you're saying, about how you're talking about it. So right now, I say, Willie Joe, my name Whip, fat nigga in a little t-shirt. I want every cheat code you got. You gonna give it to me?
I'm gonna show you how you can get it. I'm not gonna give it to you because
and that's where people come in where they feel like the gatekeeping is.
But you gotta peep what I said first. I'm gonna show you how to go about it because it's proper etiquette and everything. You know what I'm saying? If I don't know you from a can of paint, of course you can't just walk up to me and tell me to woo. But if I fuck with your energy, if I fuck with, you know what I mean? I thought your slogan was fire. You know what I'm saying? I like how you carry yourself. then I'm gonna give you game on how we could build. You know what I'm saying? Because building with me is way more important than just telling you everything I know.
Yes.
Because then I'm gonna want you in rooms that you're not supposed to be in because you my nigga. Yeah. And we built like that. Like, so
definitely. So he gonna teach you how to. He gonna teach you how to fish. He ain't gonna give you no fish.
Yeah, but
he gonna teach you how to fish.
Tell you I can't help you and I don't tell you nothing, or if I criticize you and I don't tell you how you can be better, then that's hating.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah. I wouldn't say gatekeeping is hating. It's just like, listen, I worked really hard to get here.
Right.
Yeah.
So why would I just open up my gates and let a nigga in who ain't really putting in the work?
Or what are you bringing to help open
these
gates?
Are you finna reinforce this gate? Are you finna help me guard it? Are you finna, you know what I'm saying?
That's another thing I would say too. Active service is another question I would say.
Okay.
Because if I knew that, like, going to places like Atlanta, and I used to travel, if I knew going up to a nigga and being like, hey man, check me out, I'm finna be the next hottest nigga, woo woo. If I knew that was more hurting me than helping me, I wouldn't have done that. More approachable was like, man, whatever you working on, let me know, man. You know I do hooks too, man. Like, if you lead with service, and people will always listen, because it's like y'all in the podcast space. That's an act of service, though.
Right. Yeah.
So when you're talking to a DJ, you're talking to an artist, you're talking to a manager, they're more open to listen, because what you're doing is going to promote what they're trying to do. So it's not something like put me on or help me. It's like, no, let me help expose you.
Listen.
Did y'all hear that?
That was spill. That was a spill. Y'all get your napkins.
Man,
he's spilling.
I'm gonna clip the shit out of that. I hope y'all heard what he just said.
Get your napkins, man. He's spilling
for y'all.
He dropping gems
and
now.
He wrote down a lot of the shit that I be explaining of why y'all should want to come. He literally just summed it up for you.
Yeah, but you know everything. Some gonna get it, some don't.
So let me ask you this, brother. How'd you get DJ Drama to trust your ears?
Good question.
I think it was
because that's I don't know. I don't mean to cut you off.
No, you good.
That's like a huge responsibility,
right?
And that's risky too, because if your ears say, "Man, this nigga is the shit," and then he get there and this nigga DJ Drama like this nigga is shit,
right?
This nigga is trash.
Yeah.
So it's a risky position too. It takes
a
lot
it happened over time. So Generation Now is owned by 3 people: DJ Drama, Don Cannon, and my boy Lake Show.
Shout out my boy Don Cannon. I've been listening to him. Cannon.
So they all 3 equally own Generation Now. My close relationship is with my boy Lake, one of the CEOs. I definitely been knowing Cannon and Drama my whole time rapping in Atlanta. So I think the thing that probably standing out more about me was my whole time rapping and my whole time relationship with them, I've never asked them to do nothing for me, even though they in position to really change my life. Times we kicked it, times we kicked chopping on the phone, times they came to the Bay and tapped in with me when they needed weed or just needed to pull up and just whoop. I've never said play my song. I never said, these are times when Bay Bruh going crazy. You know what I'm saying? I never
just played
I just played the role of just, and then I think every time we would talk, I would always say little shit like, I remember I hit him and was like, man, I just seen this video with Pee Wee Longway and this nigga named Young Thug on this song Loaded. Young Thug finna crack. I'm telling y'all, I used to talk shit to him. And then a couple months later, fucking Stoner came out. He cracked. I remember I used to be, man, this nigga Money Man finna crack. My boy Pills took me to the studio with him. His name was Money J. He was over there with Akon. I heard his shit. I'm like, this nigga finna go. I went right back to Drama. I said, this nigga named Money Man finna go. Nigga cracked 6 months later.
Listen.
So that just kept happening over and over.
You know what I need you to do?
What?
I need you to get on this mic and say, this nigga, the little fat nigga, the little t-shirt, he finna crack. Go ahead and say it. Don't stop, nigga. Crack. Yeah, listen, you got if you got the word, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think that just happened over time and it just was true. And I think it just, so when it came time for them, which is another crazy situation, because like I keep talking about my boy Pills.
Right.
So when I moved back here to the Bay, I'm here, I was here probably about 6 years, did a lot of things, did the Bay Bruh, did F&M, 22nd Letter, you know what I'm saying, a remix with everybody on it and everything. Right. And my boy Pills was just like, man, it's time to come back to Atlanta, bro. You've been in the Bay for a long time at this point. Like, I think you need to come back.
Right.
So I kind of, I kind of felt him because at this time, I did all, I could do as far as like on my own goes.
Back out here. Okay.
Back out here, like just on your own wise. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I pretty much moved back, and I moved back there, and
this is the artist, Willie Joe.
Yeah, it's the artist.
Okay.
Yeah,
I just want to keep our people on track.
So I moved back as an artist, definitely. So when I got with Pills, I met this other artist named Pretty Boy. He was like, like a rapper, singer, like A Boogie type of thing. It was my first time though meeting somebody and like kind of getting the A&R thing in my mind, like where I want to help a nigga, and it's not just on some like let's do a song. It's more like, nah, I think I can actually get you a situation, bro. Like, so when I started rocking with him, so the thing I told myself is I'm gonna go to the studio and I'm gonna set a session and bring Pills, because if Pills rock with him, then I'm rocking, because he's been a part of every major situation. Get him, got him. I'm from the Bay, bro. 20-second later, he been a part of all that
It's
stuff.
the formula.
Yeah, so it's exactly.
format.
So we set up a session, boom, boom, boom. Have a time, nigga, the shit went lit. We up there all night. So we leave. He like, I'm gonna hit you in the morning. Boom, go home. He hit me in the morning. But it's his mom. Pills pass away.
Damn.
The very next day.
Damn.
So when he died, this is my nigga though. This is like 15 years, my dude. So it's like, it was crazy because he died in his sleep, had me fucked up, but it wasn't like a mourning. It was more like it was sick because it was kind of a motivation. It was like, I'm finna turn this pretty boy shit up because that's the last thing he said to me. Like, we finna go crazy. So for 6 months, nigga, we in the studio, we put the project together, everything. I'm in the club, I see Jazzy Faye, we chopping it up. I look at my phone, somebody tweet, rest in peace, Pretty Boy.
Damn.
Pretty Boy died 6 months after that. So now I'm like, what the fuck?
Like,
am I supposed to be rapping? Am I supposed to be, what am I supposed to be doing? Like my main man died, and dude I just met that I got close with because of his passing, just died in a motorcycle accident. So now it's like, what the fuck? So he had a funeral and whatever. So leaving the funeral, I get a call from my boy Lake. Lake has no clue I'm at a funeral. He said, man, you ready? I said, what you mean? He said, man, we just got out of a meeting with Atlantic, and you know, with Uzi blowing up, they just gave us a label deal and just gave us bread to start a staff. And you've been telling us who next for years, nigga. We think you should be an A&R. I knew right then and there that was God telling me it's transition time, bro. This ain't no you quit rapping because you didn't make it. No, you did everything you was supposed to do, bro. Now everything transition to this to do everything that's left on the list. And that's exactly what happened. Everything I ever wanted to do as an artist that I didn't get to do, I've done already as an A&R. Tours, all type of shit, whatever.
Awesome. And then you don't even got to stand up there and rap and jump around.
Exactly.
He's getting all the perks.
Hella shit, because I know what you do. It's certain shit I probably might miss and not know, but you are behind a lot of shit and people, bro.
Yeah.
Y'all gotta start highlighting and putting some respect on my boy's name, because he's around a lot of shit.
Thank you,
He's
bro.
a humble man, but he has his hands on a lot. So y'all tap in with Willie Joe Drip. Let them know what the drip mean for those that might think it just might mean clothes.
Nah. So you know, some people believe me, some people don't. Like, you know, I said drip way before Gunna, way before anything. This is
sure. That's why I just threw that out there.
So for us, it meant dreamers really inspire people. Dreams really inspire people, or dreamers really inspire people. And it came from, because when we was kids, we used to be the water boys, because we from the Bay, the water boys. So as we grew up, we grew out of that boys, and then we just turned it to drip squad. And we just started saying drip. So that's why it's drip at the end of my shit, because, you know, my team, we used to always be the drip. So
right.
Then when it got popular and Gunna and Sauce Walker, all that, we kind of, you know, fell back from it. But
What happened with me and a group of gentlemen, we were YFN. We were YFN way before Lucci. No discredit to Lucci and them, because they most definitely held down that name. But one day, we over there, YFN, whoop, and I'm talking about where we were invested into this name. And then I go to type it in, and then it was some nigga on there with some big ass change. I told my boy immediately, I said, bro, listen, it's over with. These niggas already got big ass change, bro. We lost. They beat us to the punch. They beat us to the punch, bro. We were YFN.
Like that, though.
Cincinnati. So I switched.
I switched the name. Something? Huh? Who was that? The Migos or something? The YFN
Lucci.
YFN Lucci.
Okay, Lucci and them. Okay.
So hence everybody always asks me, where YFSN Whip come from? I was YFN Whip, and that was to separate. You know, we were YFN, but then that was also separated me from the other whips. So I got 2 P's on there because I'm twice a player. So I switched it to, so YFSN now is Yo Fat Saucy Nigga Whip.
Okay.
Yeah, man. I had to put some. Yeah, I had to change the abbreviation.
He had to throw his little cocky ass in there, right? Y'all seen that?
Yeah.
Come on.
That I'm saying. I tell my backstory so they know something. That way, when Willie Joe be like, bro, fat nigga in a little t-shirt, but he was
They
telling me
understand.
I did a podcast.
Yeah.
Nah, now when I crack, this the Willie Joe effect, nigga. I'm trying to have that Willie Joe effect. Yeah, he gonna have a story to tell.
The effect is strong, man. This man been going hard,
trying to get him to
man.
rub off on
That
me.
brick road is crazy. How important in today's music industry is for like how important is the image? I should say. I'm gonna use the word image. How important is the image in the music industry today? Is there really even an image now today? Is it changing or is
when I say important, I don't mean what you probably thinking about image. Like I don't mean the rapper kid. You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
I mean aesthetic.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying when I say it. Like so if you J. Cole, if your whole thing is I'm humble, you know I got it, but I don't want you to see it. Like I drive Hondas, but you know I can afford a fucking Maserati, whatever the fuck. Like then that kind of aesthetic, you know, is regular t-shirts, sweats.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Not really caring, look like I just woke up out of bed. That fits that image. Like, you know what I'm saying? So when I think of image, I think aesthetic, and I think that, it's very important because it helps tells the story. Because eventually, anybody making music gonna have to realize, like, to ultimately get there, it's gonna have to be a connection. You can, you know, I know we see a lot of people in front of us that come with song after song, but it's even if they like somebody like a Lil Baby where they, you know, making street hits and they, you know, club music where from outside looking in, that looks like somebody that's don't have substance. But he has all these moments that happen in his career, whether it's DVDs, whether it's documentaries, whether it's certain little one-off songs, like the little shit about voting and just certain little stuff. He has these moments that give you the substance and show you who he is. So when he's doing the majority of the time making club songs, we already know who it is. We know his baby mama is. We know his sons, how many sons he got. We know where he came from. We know how many times he been to jail.
Right.
And that's a connection. Like, you know what I'm saying? And that's the part that a lot of people be missing because all we really see is him like feeding us this club shit. Like, but we don't see the undertone of it, of why we are invested in somebody that's not giving us substance.
That makes sense.
I ain't gonna lie. One
That
thing
makes a lot of
was
sense
Thug
right
is like,
there.
I paid him to go rap.
Yeah.
I paid him to leave the streets and go rap.
I seen
and
that.
I was like, but what?
That's
They
a
gotta be
real
special.
partner.
You see what I'm saying?
You feel me? They gotta be special.
That
Right?
little
Pay
part
you
right there.
to take you off the street
Exactly.
because I
To go
put
rap.
that much in.
Yeah,
That's some big
I ain't
confidence.
gonna lie, Thug is a special type of dude,
That's
bro.
some big confidence.
You know,
Everybody
even
not
with
really
all
doing
even with
that.
all the bad stuff he got floating around.
I mean,
and
not
all
from
that.
our area,
But yeah,
at least.
At
not
all.
happening.
Thug is. Shout out Young Thug, bro. Because I wish we had more.
Did he snitch?
Ooh, that's a good.
You just shouted him out. I gotta know your perspective as a street nigga. Did he snitch?
I feel like he did talk too much.
That's
yeah.
snitching. What
He
he did.
told.
Yeah, he kind of.
If he
He knew what he was saying on that
listen,
phone.
you can't say
Everybody on
it's
the call
okay for
recorded.
somebody to do something and some not okay for somebody to do
Yeah.
something. I feel like, you know, with great power comes great responsibility. Everybody told on him, it was like, yeah, you got to do what you got to do in order to do what you got. But you cannot be going around calling people what's in a rat if you know you did the same thing.
Yeah.
So under street code,
Yeah.
yes, I'm from the streets.
said too
He
much.
told. Now,
too much.
you know, as far as like, you know, business
Industry
and
shit.
music wise, because I feel like now it's a thing now. It's not. It's the
Industry
streets
shit,
and then
yeah.
it's the music industry. Like he take care of hundreds of people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So would you say he told?
I think I totally agree with what you said. I think playing a fine line is telling to what we know what telling is.
Yes.
You ain't
Especially when
supposed to
you're
say
at that
anything.
certain levels, like you ain't.
Well, he got to
supposed
mention
talking
other
too
people
much.
is where he went wrong. Is but I think what I don't think is people take into account that nigga is still a human being and being in jail and away from that lifestyle and dealing with all those emotions and having your kids and your girl and your mom and them calling you for money and listen.
It's gonna put some strain
Drake's
on
in Thug bankroll.
Man.
You ain't seen Thug no bankroll. So you like, I think that nobody's taking in to think like everybody's thinking of him, Young Thug, the big gangster. You know what I'm saying? Weird old nigga, but he's still a gangster ass nigga. But then that nigga's a human being, and when that shit got to play an effect, the effects of jail and prison got to taking a hold of him.
Fact.
I think he made it. He slipped.
Yeah.
He slipped and start like nigga these niggas and then fuck that nigga. He lost that industry filter. He went back to the streets and then fuck all these niggas. Nigga, I'm Young Thug.
Shout out to Thugger, man.
Yeah, listen, I shot him. I fuck with Young Thug.
Yeah,
I wasn't a fan of him at first. My brother kind of forced him on me, and then he grew on me.
So how important is networking in this journey?
Hella important. Relationships is definitely everything. I mean, I got my situation through relationships and and building a network the right way. So I think it's very necessary. I think what's not necessary though when it comes to networking is you forcing network with somebody that ain't vibing with you. I don't think you have to even be mad. I don't think nothing. I think you just gotta know how to gravitate to the like-minded people that you meet.
Right.
So if you networking with a nigga and y'all hit it off right away and woo, like just how you just said you traveled it with bro, and y'all just keep those type of people are the ones you know to click with and like woo. So if you ever meet somebody like that in the industry and they kick off like that, like that's how you know like okay, I need to build with bro like that. Anytime you feel with a nigga and you feel like he brushed you off or he did that, it ain't about giving that no kind of energy because that's gonna come back around. People like that. You got to know it's going to always come back around because in all this whole game, success is going to get you in front of everybody. So it don't even matter who looking or ain't looking.
Just stay
pushing.
So earlier you said one of the ways that you got in good and built a healthy relationship with some of the people that you have this relationship with is by not asking them for something.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Is that something that you carry with you?
Or you have to learn on the way.
You're an A&R, and so it's like, I can see that that's a lesson that that's something that you probably carry around with you. Like, but do you apply that to other people? Like, hey, listen, bro, don't be asking me for shit.
Yeah, well, I give people a vibe to where they already know not to ask me for something. So I already don't even give a vibe until they try to figure me out. I like that. So as long as you keep trying to figure me out, that means your mind can't even gather to even think to ask me for anything. Right. But even if you do, I got no problem telling you no. Like,
right.
I mean, at the end of the day, I think being like that is coming up from the Bay though, and coming from up in like Vallejo. Like I remember as a kid, like us just being kids, like I remember my partner told me like, I remember we was 11, 12, I forgot how old we was. Asked my boy to borrow, I don't know what, $10, $20, I don't know what it was. He's an older cat. He was 16, 17. He said, nigga, don't you ever ask a man to borrow no goddamn money again.
Yeah.
I was 13 years old.
Yeah, I
changed my life with that statement.
For a lot of shit.
Changed my life with that statement.
So,
my mentality is all fucked up.
Have you ever been like Kanye then? And when I say Kanye, I mean, have you ever had a nigga like showing up to your office every day with his CD?
What? These people go, boy, I seen somebody, this dude, him and his mom pulled up to the studio.
Oh, damn.
They parked.
The Bay or the A?
The Atlanta.
Okay.
Yeah, so they parked and they just sat there for hell long. We got cameras, so we see it. So he sat there for hell long. I come out to go to get something from the car. The moms know my name. Mom like Willie Joe. Never met her, never seen her ever in my life. So the son hella quiet, the mom hella talking like, oh, my son got he got like beats or tracks or whatever she was trying to get me to hear. She's like, I just need you to listen. I just need you to listen. So I'm telling her, I'm supposed to be nice, telling her, go through the woo-woo, hit the da-da-da-da. She like, no, I just need you to listen. I just need you to listen. And then I was like, okay, this is what you do. I need you to do this. 1, 2, A, B, and C. You do those 3 things, we gonna woo. Cause to me, if you do those 3 things, I know you're serious. And just go, I'm gonna do whatever. And then didn't do none of the things that we said. Because for them, as you could tell, it was about the moment, the instant gratification, the instant result. And it wasn't about getting the game or learning the real steps or, oh damn, we gotta take the stairs and not the elevator. So
take the stairs, people.
Man,
you gotta read between the lines. Take them stairs.
Right. Is it any new projects or singles that you are working on right now with any artists you might want to shine the light on or put out there? Or even if you don't want to put out there, is there any projects or anything that y'all got cooking?
A whole bunch of stuff cooking. So we got stuff on the Gen Now side. We got stuff on Team Bay Area side. So on Team Bay Area side, I hooked up with my longtime brother, man, Neo the Gift, who is now King NTG.
Shout out King.
DJ D Sharp, the DJ for the Golden State Warriors. Also awesome producer. He produced the whole thing. So it's gonna be Team Bay Area's first ever release. It's called The New Standard. That's why the mixer tonight is called The New Standard.
I was just finna get to that too.
Yeah, because basically, instead of just preaching all the time about what the Bay need to do and woo, as somebody that's living life outside of the Bay, but have a very much passion for the Bay and want to see the Bay shine, I've decided instead of because I was supposed to be a part of the roundtable with Rich and them. Okay. I didn't catch the flight though. I didn't get the flight. So I was supposed to be a part of that.
Hey, we just got the gym on We Making Changes, right? 'Cause that shit, if you know about that table talk, it was real exclusive. He just dropped something for y'all.
So me and my boy Ken was supposed to be there, but we didn't. But so basically, after like seeing stuff like that, like I'm on some like I love the conversation, so it makes me think about like what I can do in my part. You know what I'm saying? So it's like as you see, I'm a subtle kind of dude. I do like I don't like to say, hey, I just did this, but I like to do it, and then you find out I did it. Like so, you know what I mean? Like DJ Drama last album, he had 5 Bay Area people on it. I don't even know if people even trip. He had Simba, Mozzie, La Russell. Fucking it was 2 other people. Else. 2 other people, can't even think right now. But Larry June, we have something with Larry June too. But anyway, what was the question?
Shit, what new projects we got? New singles and shit like that.
King NTG, the new standard that's finna drop. We dropped a new single today, Cause and Effect, featuring Simba. Dope. So we got the project coming in May. We got the next single with ROD called No Place Like Home. That's dope. So like I said, we call it a new standard because we just want to set a whole new standard of just the way we think out here. Ain't got nothing to do with, man, we need to do this, we need to do that. Nah, we actually on fire right now. The Bay is actually on fire. The problem is the rest of the world looks at the people that they enjoy from the Bay as an individual. They look at Kalani as an individual, La Russell as an individual, Larry June as an individual, and they don't see it as that's the Bay Area culture on fire.
Fact.
And that's what needs to change.
I feel like right now is the Bay is having the most unity it's ever had.
Yes.
Yeah.
Shouts out to One Umbrella.
Yeah, shout them out.
Great.
Y'all been watching
great.
We Making Changes stories. I hope we can line it up. Gems. Let's put it together. You feel me?
We would like to give them the flowers.
Give One Umbrella.
Even with the majority of them being from San Francisco.
And Oakland.
They got Oakland in there. Most definitely. Shout out 22nd Gym. Shout out All Black.
Shout out SOB too. We see the reunite.
But all that shit after the One Umbrella, man. I'm gonna spill it how it's supposed to be spilled.
Nah, for sure. I'm just highlighting the Bay because it's big right now.
You see Pablo. You see Lil Bear, you
Shout
see
out
Spence.
Pablo Bear.
They all came together. SOB they came back.
Shout out Barry and Spence. Y'all won that. You feel me? At that single of the year or video. It's some of y'all won though at the Boss Move Awards.
Shout out the Boss Move Awards as well.
Yeah.
It's just the unity. The unity of the Bay.
We gonna holler, brother.
I just feel like it may not be as big as we wanted to be much.
It's
but
coming.
It's at an all-time high for the Bay Area for me. You know what I'm saying? People are coming together like butt cheeks and nostrils. I ain't gonna lie to you.
It's time for people to build them connections and let that other shit go.
Yeah, man.
And that's
we
what
on fire right now.
And that's what I mean by the new standard. It's not about focusing on what they ain't paying. It's about focusing on the shit that about motherfuckers that's doing it right.
Straight up.
Like how I love how you shout out One Umbrella because that's somebody that new standard means lead by example.
Yes, and they leading. They're
lead by example and let everybody follow, and that's what it's about.
And that's something that we don't have in the Bay. If we could have more of that. I see it, it's in little patches now. We need to bring it.
It's coming though.
We need to bring it all together. Let me ask you this: if you could add 2 people to One Umbrella, who would it be?
Good question.
Kayla and Lil Pete.
Facts. I like that.
They don't got no females.
I like that. I can see that.
Look, at Lil Pete, it matches with Yee because I like how they got the pairing because 22nd and Black always rock. Yes. Bean and Zaybang always rocked, and Pete and Yee always rock. So
yeah.
All right. Do you think social media is helping artists or hurting artists?
It's helping, but it's hurting because they're abusing it, and they don't with anything. you got to understand how it works. I think the biggest problem why a lot of people don't have success stories in the music industry is because they don't learn the music industry before they do it.
Facts.
They get motivated by what they see, and then they learn the hard way on the things they didn't learn. So all this shit is pretty easy, bro. But
open eyes.
We're just all individuals.
20% talent. So all you brothers be like, man, this nigga is not that talented. How'd he get on? His business was on point.
Yeah, he was on point.
It be the weak niggas that got the it be the less talented brothers who, you know, their strong point is to handling the business and figuring stuff out. You know what I'm saying? Going to do that work that we didn't put in.
Facts.
So shout out to the weak niggas, man.
Anybody from Vallejo or Atlanta that you want to shout out or highlight? I know you dropped a few names in there, but anywhere particularly from both entities?
So I can finish what I was saying. So King NTG, DJ D Sharp, Team Bay Area, that's dropping in May. First single just dropped today. I got an artist, Gift from God, that I'm rocking with. You know, dope artist, more on like R&B pop side, like 80s pop, like type of just a different.
All right, Gift from God. Shout out Gift from God.
Just a different little vibe. With Generation Now, we got we're working on a gangster grill with Charlamagne the God and Nyla Simone. So what it is, we put like 9 artists together, and pretty much like Nyla and Charlamagne are saying that they're next, like a freshman type of thing.
Okay, yeah.
So they got like 9 top lyricists that they feel. They came to the studio. We did 3-day lockdown in the studio. We recorded the songs. So that's gonna be coming real soon and during the summer. And then we got Kai Cash, you know, doing his thing. My boy Kai. We about to sign a new deal with Generation Now. Once that deal happens, we finna announce this whole new roster. Everybody that's being signed to the new roster is through me. So this year is gonna be thank you. So it's gonna be a big deal.
Highlighting on that.
Definitely. And then we got some a whole bunch of stuff coming though.
I gotta come back down to Atlanta and fuck with you. We didn't get that much time last time we was down there. We gotta run that back for sure. That was my first time ever coming to the A.
I think I did know that. You did say that.
That was the first time.
You come do the wrestling shit too when you come.
Bro, let's line it up, bro. I've been trying to get a second trip going to Atlanta. That first one, the airport was like...
We're going to really make like Huggies. Listen, don't not invite fat people.
Yeah, the airport was like a real
listen, talk about fat people is like talk about them people. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We got a community too now.
We pulling up for sure.
All right, so listen, I didn't get to do my... I didn't get to ask any inappropriate questions. I don't know if
I wanted to highlight some real shit on this one. I ain't gonna lie, but you can shoot a few off.
Nah, we gonna keep it. We gonna keep it professional then.
Real industry.
I ain't gonna lie to you. My boy was spilling gems too on there.
Straight
up. All right, we gonna keep it professional.
We do be having. You know what? Fuck that. We do gotta ask.
Yeah, come on.
Fire that shit off because I know what you about to ask.
It's my favorite one.
Mine too.
You running red lights, Willie Joe? Not the traffic light, Willie Joe.
Like
fucking on a period?
Yeah.
No.
Never?
I have, but no, I don't prefer it.
All right.
Okay.
No, I mean, nobody prefers it.
Nah, don't say that.
Only a weird nigga.
Okay, no. He said no.
Don't be lying on me. Willie Joe.
You ain't like, I gotta put this rubber on. I gotta get this shit off.
All right, so do you believe in Illuminati?
No.
UFOs?
Kinda.
Ghosts?
Ride the whip.
That's the best
I
answer
like
ever.
that.
I ain't gonna lie to you.
That was hard.
If somebody offered you $5 million to do 3 years in jail.
Nah, because I can.
You think about it.
I think about it because you think here the 5 million, so your mind automatically go to the money. But after you think about it, that would be like a lack of belief in myself.
Yes.
Right.
That's what that would mean if I take the money.
I agree with that. I respect that.
Okay, that's most definitely.
Is therapy something more artists should have in their career?
I think therapy is something more men should have in their life. Because
you
people,
go to therapy?
Yeah, I do.
On the regular? I ain't trying to be nosy.
I used to go like a whole 2025. I went on a regular. I do want to pick it back up. I ain't gonna lie, because it made it like a more of an understanding about like myself. Like you see how I'm like kicking certain shit. And I'm saying,
you lay it back and shit. Therapy.
That's from like.
All right, so listen, from asking for a friend, he may be fat or not. Did you have a male therapist or a female therapist?
I had a female therapist.
Okay. Do you feel like
does it matter?
It made a difference?
I ain't gonna lie to you. I do be thinking about maybe it should have been a male, and I don't think saying that the woman not qualified to be my therapist. It's just with certain things. I noticed that we stayed on certain topics more than other topics, and I think that was more of because she was a female. You started becoming her therapist. Like, wait a minute, we keep talking about. Was she fine? Nah. She wasn't fine. Yeah. Oh, fuck, man.
How do you deal with stress, pressure, or losses today?
Unfortunately, marijuana.
Good answer. Me too.
Awesome answer.
I like that.
Yeah, I can't even cap you down. Weed is how I cope with all this stuff. Now, I don't even think that's good. It's just the truth.
And if you did know, this episode is sponsored by We Making Changes. This is the watermelon and peach flavor soda, 5% sugar. My guy, I actually did get a taste. I'm gonna see if you remember. Do you remember?
I do remember. It was good.
So make sure you
got
guys
fat people on the front,
man.
but it's good for you.
You see, it
ain't bad for you. You know what I'm saying? Even though it got fat people on the front.
Follow the chain. Shout out Reby on that sponsor. You know what I'm saying?
Before we end every episode, we like to ask every guest to leave a message or the message you wish young Willie Joe would have had. You know, that game, just some game that you could give somebody that you know is gonna change somebody's life. You know it's gonna change the way they look at life. You know, change their direction.
Focus.
You spill some games to the young people, please.
Man, you are enough. Believe in yourself. Believe in God. I think nothing's wrong with like asking questions. I think because young Willie Joe suffered this a lot where I didn't know the answer to something. Instead of asking or building with somebody to get the answer, I just went head first and figured it out from fucking up.
Right.
And then, okay, when I do it again, now I know what to do. And I could have saved myself a whole bunch of trouble just getting my ego out the way, my pride out the way, and just asking this nigga right here that I already know did it already. Right. Like, and did it right in front of my face. Like, why can't I just ask him what's up? Like, ooh, so I wish I would ask some more questions and definitely ask more questions. And like I said, just push that line. Like, it don't matter where you at. It don't matter where you live. It don't matter where you from. If you really feel you can make that shit happen and you got the whole world on that phone, like use social media to your advantage instead of like, getting caught up in the web and getting caught up in the same old shit. Like, use it to your advantage. You should see some shit shake, man.
Is the music game oversaturated right now before we get up out of here?
No. People that want to do music is oversaturated. The music game is not oversaturated at all. Okay. Because there's not a lot of them in it.
Gang.
So
facts.
Yeah, that's the thing I peeped the most via the A&R is it made me realize even shit about myself. Like, we all be thinking we in this motherfucker. We ain't in the gang for real, man. We ain't in it for real. I mean, and I don't even mean we like us or anybody in particular. It just mean it's a lot of people on the outside that creates their own world for themselves. Right. So they can feel like they're a part of it, but they never make forward moves to be a part of it. They only make moves to keep the look going.
The self-validation.
I'd rather just it happened when it happened because I ain't got time to be trying to keep up.
But this type of shit happened on 1 year anniversary, constantly networking with motherfuckers, getting guest after guest after guest. That's you doing what you got to do.
Listen, having that Willie Joe effect on your shit, you know what I'm saying? That nigga finna crack.
Way to close the season, you feel me?
We making changes for the crack. Willie Joe sell it. If y'all didn't hear him, we're gonna rewind it. You feel me? They're gonna crack. We're gonna edit it.
Y'all heard it.
So we have an Atlanta episode. That's what we saying.
Come on, yeah. We
say less.
At the podcast room at the studio.
I know. I gotta come back and do my little trash bucket.
I ain't gonna lie to you. Listen, all I gotta do is say this.
I've been to the studio. I'm coming.
I'm coming. I'm coming back. I gotta talk about the Hardy Boys.
Too many details, but we came last time and we didn't bring the right people. So I need to.
I got one more question. Favorite all-time wrestler?
Oh, I like that. Yeah, before we go.
fucking. Well, it's Shawn Michaels. It's Shawn
Sweet
Michaels.
chin music.
Sweet chin music.
Sweet
My-
chin
my-
music. Oh,
Heartbreak
you feel
Kid
me?
for sure.
And Undertaker, Ultimate
Yeah.
Warrior,
Listen,
mine. But Shawn Michaels,
I think
my
that's
boy.
the only song I know.
I
by
love the
heart.
sweet chin.
I think I'm cute. I know I'm sexy.
Fact.
Ultimate
Sweet
Warrior.
chin and niggas.
Hey, he was a problem.
He's
though.
a
I fucked with Doink too. Doink the Clown.
Nah, man.
He-
Who know what my niggas was? Basher Brothers. They used to come out.
Oh yeah, Basher Brothers, Psycho City.
Yeah, man. Ardilo Brown.
I gotta put you on the spot though before we get up out of here. We making changes. My boy might not want to do this, but I'm gonna see if I can get it. Top 5 Vallejo. Yo, top 5 Vallejo artists
Of all time?
all time.
Oh, okay. Be Legit, Mac Mall, E40. Dang, it's a 4-person. I can't say him out loud though.
Okay.
But he is my 4th
We're
person.
gonna talk off.
Yeah. I say you can put me right there. And
Straight
then fucking 5. What the fuck, Mac Dre? Tripping.
Straight up.
Yeah, Drizzle.
Come
You had to
on.
get Drizzle in there.
Yeah, I'm
Come
trilling
fuck
the
with
fuck
Drizzle.
out.
Yes.
Listen,
You know what I mean?
we making changes are great. We appreciate you coming out. You know, we could have been anywhere today.
No,
Coop
definitely.
finna try to ask you another question to get us cussed out.
Nah,
Get us cussed out.
I'm going to Atlanta for part
Yeah,
2. So
listen,
y'all stay tuned.
yeah, I can't
man.
wait. I listen,
Going
fat
to
people,
the
they got all that
gym,
food out
yeah,
there.
Yeah, I'm saying, yeah, we gotta hit some spots because I only went to 2, but I don't even fucking remember the names. So we
Oh
gotta-
yeah.
we gotta-
Sound like your trip was a blur.
It was. I did have fun at the little strip club.
Which one?
Blue
Flame.
Blue Flame. But we gotta go back. I need Magic City. I need some other.
Oh, you gotta do that.
Yeah,
Okay.
we gotta get man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So y'all see this real connection, man. We making changes. Season 2, almost to the end. Willie Joe Drip pulled up on us today. Big shout out, big highlights, big flowers, big roses. Y'all tap in with this man. You need help. You need A&R help. You need writer help. The right direction, pointer help. Like he said, he might not give it to you, but he would definitely tell you where to go get it. Tap in. Appreciate
Facts.
you, my
You
brother.
already know, my nigga.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate y'all.
Mariku, I believe in you.